Look who's back, guys. It is Patrick Frazee, and he's running to the car in a bulletproof vest. Seems that he has a lot of threats going on for him. He's a very high-profile killer at the moment. And remember, innocent until proven guilty, of course. But I have some new information for you. But first, let's do a quick catch-up.
Kill Kelsey Berreth. The 29-year-old mother vanished from Woodland Park after Thanksgiving. 11 News reporter Catherine Silver joins us live in the studio. And Catherine, Kelsey's fiance, Patrick Frazee, is charged with her murder. We know detectives are questioning a woman in Idaho, but she's not facing any charges right now.
This is Krystal Lee. She is a nurse from Twin Falls who reportedly visited Colorado as recently as November, the same month Kelsey Berreth vanished. She's now a new focal point in this investigation. In handcuffs and in custody for the murder of his missing fiancée.
Patrick, tell me about Krystal.
Patrick Frazee is the only person so far facing charges for the death of Kelsey Berreth. But investigators believe he did not act alone.
We filed under two theories. One is deliberation murder, and the other is felony murder. We also have three separate counts of solicitation.
Detectives are now investigating this woman, Krystal Lee, hundreds of miles away in Idaho, where Berreth's phone pinged days after she vanished.
I think she cared for him, and he took advantage of that.
Patty and Joe Rockstall employ one of Lee's best friends, who came to them with information about Frazee and Kelsey's disappearance.
I think he had some type of hold on her.
On Lee's last trip to Colorado, the Rockstalls say their employee begged her not to go.
Because she was worried about Krystal. She was very concerned that she was going to meet someone that had asked her to murder someone.
That was in November, the same month Kelsey was last seen. They say Frazee and Lee started their relationship after high school, and the two owned horses together.
Krystal was so scared. He was so angry that he said things that made Krystal think he had killed before.
The Rockstalls claim Frazee asked Lee to help kill Kelsey Berreth, but Lee refused. They believe it's possible she helped Frazee dispose of evidence, so they went to the FBI.
I think she got in over her head. I think she maybe used some bad judgment, but if I were afraid for myself or my children, I don't know what I would do.
Rockstalls have never met Krystal Lee. They only know of her.
The young mother from Woodland Park, investigators believe, is dead. Our fiancé, Patrick Frazee, is charged with her murder. And now we're learning more about his relationship with Krystal Lee Kenny, the woman who pleaded guilty last week to taking Berreth's cell phone to Idaho, serving as kind of a misdirection on Berreth's whereabouts. CBS News' Nikki Batiste sat down with Kenny's close friend.
Do you think Patrick's a murderer?
Yes. I do. I think he's a very dangerous person.
Michelle Stein says her close friend Krystal Lee confided in her about her role in covering up Kelsey Berreth's death. We sat down with Stein in Twin Falls, Idaho, where the two women live.
Has Krystal ever said that she's been fearful of him at any point?
Yes.
What did she say?
She did tell me that she has never seen that kind of evil in anybody.
Take me to the first moment Krystal told you that Patrick Frazee had tried to involve her in this crime.
I will just tell you, Krystal was very, very scared. Krystal's a very level-headed, kind, fun, loving, happy-go-lucky person. She's a tough cowgirl, but she was absolutely scared and extremely upset.
On Friday, Lee admitted she dumped Berreth's cell phone just 2 days after Berreth's death.
I had no right or authority to live in the cell phone.
And claimed she knew Frazee had already killed Berreth.
She had very, very good reasoning for whatever it is she may or may not have done.
What was the reasoning?
I can't really comment completely, but fear. And legitimate fear.
That if she didn't comply with Patrick, he might kill her.
Yes, that's what I believe, yes.
Stein says Lee and Frazee, a blacksmith, met after high school at a ranch and bonded over horses.
Were they in a sexual relationship recently?
I don't want to comment on that.
As a part of her plea, sources tell CBS News Lee is expected to testify against Frazee and possibly reveal what Frazee told her about Berreth.
You have no doubt Krystal wasn't involved in the murder.
Absolutely no doubt whatsoever.
Frazee is scheduled to be back in court on the 19th for a preliminary hearing. If that hearing happens, we could find out more about evidence in this case. We'll let you.
Guys, we can say that Krystal Lee was so scared of Patrick Frazee that she slept with him. So I don't believe any of that stuff on her side. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. I hope the judge doesn't put up with it. But anyways, Patrick Frazee attended a hearing in his green striped jail uniform. And for the first time, he was wearing a bulletproof vest, which Teller County Sheriff's Office said will be the normal for here on out for him. Of course, this vest is to protect him from gunshots, most stabbing attacks. It looks a little different than what the police officers are wearing, but it's the same material. The reason why he's having to wear this vest is because he's now a very high profile killer, like I mentioned before. And I guess February 19th is rolling up pretty quick. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so I probably will not do any updates no matter what. But February 19th, guys, we are going to find out so much more, and I am looking forward to it. I still say, and I'm sticking to it, that Krystal, they didn't have a hot and heavy relationship that I can see evidence of. But of course, February 19th, we will see. We'll find out if he used her or if they were in a relationship the whole entire time that he was with Kelsey Berreth. Now, Frazee was in court today fighting for custody of his daughter. And I believe the court did award custody with the maternal parents. So, thank God, Kelsey Berreth's parents get to keep Kaylee. We were all rooting for that, I'm pretty sure. All right, guys, so let's talk open without me sharing too many details. So we heard just now from Krystal's friend that we've been hearing so much about, I'm sure. And I'd like to know, what do you guys think? Do you believe her? Do you think she's making this up? Or do you think she's just being a crazy loyal friend, no matter if it's good or bad? Well, I will share my opinion, and it is, I don't believe a word of any of them people. I believe it seems like to me that Krystal is a great manipulator. And as more time, moves, we start to see her unfold. And so we are seeing more and more details on Krystal. And in my humble opinion, I believe she's just a pure manipulator. I think she's a manipulator that got manipulated by Patrick Frazee. And I believe that she had no intentions that were good in her heart at all. I really feel like the Rockstalls, Krystal Lee and that friend have rehearsed this and prepared for this and have set up a story that will get her off from anything that will put her behind those bars. She's using the fact that she is a woman and trying to make herself look as if she's the victim, which seems to be very popular these days. It really makes us women look terrible. I'm going to say the details that we have at this moment She should be behind bars right now, and people should be standing up and demanding it so. They say that she had no idea, when Berreth was murdered. Then again, we hear that she said that she knew Patrick killed Berreth. Then she drove herself to where Berreth lives and stayed there 2 to 4 days. What was she doing? Babysitting Kaylee while he did all the dirty work by himself? I doubt anyone will believe this. And I believe that, I really truly believe she took a big part in this murder. Hopefully this will all backfire and they will eventually get heated up enough to where the attorneys can make them turn on each other. I can't wait for that moment. But anyways, this was a quick update. Share what you think below. I want to say thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.